Bosh. Okay, so number one, Nigo King shit only. So Nigo, my hero, somebody that I've been obsessed with for a long time. So much so that I've got this old book. I'll show you 1 second. Anyone that grew up in a, or anyone that's obsessed with streetwear, not even that grew up in a particular era. I think if you're obsessed with streetwear like I am, or you're a fan of, street culture, especially Japanese streetwear culture and all that sort of stuff, you would have been familiar, or you would have come across Nigo and a Baby Nape story somewhere along the line. For me, it was a little bit more of an organic process, or something that happened just, through proxy of me being around. Because I got into it quite early, or just during the inception of these brands starting or becoming popular within Europe and within North America, I was kind of absorbed. Like Nigo was like the main dude that you were kind of obsessed with when it came to Baby Nape, because he was essentially did what all streetwear companies want to do, or brands want to do. He created an entire world around a Baby Nape, right? Loads of different sub labels with his Baby Milo, all these other stuff that he done previously, the footwear, the accessories, the furniture, the art installations, the art collaborations, limited edition t-shirts, on and on and on and on and on, right? Big brand collaborations like the Marvel Bapesters. Like, he was at the forefront of really pushing streetwear culture worldwide and global, so much so he linked up with Pharrell, who at the time was on an incredible production run. Neptunes and Star Trek were kind of influencing sound throughout the entirety of hip-hop, maybe even pop culture or pop in general, right? Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears had tracks with him, Pink had tracks with Pharrell, and that marriage with Pharrell and Nigo basically was a fusion between West and East, right, meeting together, and essentially that is what birthed the Pharrell that we know now in terms of what he's doing in streetwear and fashion with his brands, and it also cemented Nigo's legacy. Of course, it didn't end too well, right? Some financial hardships, rumors about why it happened. There's no point speaking about that, but it didn't go the way he planned it to go, and naturally, I think, it went probably the way he meant to go, because I think a lot of Japanese brands do this. Like, they have a really good sense of when to kind of pull the trigger, or when to pull back, or when to pause a brand, or when to kind of sack it off. Like, Hiroshi Fujiwara has like probably more than 10 brands he started and kind of ended himself, right? Just because he wanted to, right? Because it's just more of an exercise, a project, and he wanted maybe to prove to himself that he could do it, or they use brands as a way to kind of, as a way to boost their CV, right? I can do this small thing. I can produce a streetwear brand. I can produce a streetwear brand with a particular sort of aesthetic, or a menswear brand, or whatever it may be. So a Baby Nape kind of fell by the wayside. Nigo kind of pulled out. I don't think he got, as well compensated for it as he should have. But as a supreme creative, that was no worry. He stuck himself down and then started Human Made. But prior, obviously, Baby Nape is again my inspiration. I've got this old kind of catalog from back in the day. I think it's from 2004 and 5. I forgot what year this is from actually. Doesn't cease. Anyway, it's a massive book. They did a lot of this before, little booklets that they kind of did. They showed off some of the furniture that he made, right? It's got some furniture in there, tables like I'm showing you now here that he's done collaborations with, or stuff that's in his collection. I'm always a big fan of. This is the peak of materialism back in streetwear, right? When people are just trying to amass as much thing as possible. Now people are a little bit more conscious, I think, of what they're buying, and probably don't want to show off their wealth. Maybe it's coming back around a little bit, but this was back in the day when it was that thing. There's Nigo again with James Lavelle with is that a Yasika camera? Of course it is. No, it's not. It's a Leica, right? Jira. Yeah, so again, there's Nigo here. Took some pictures of James Lavelle, legend as well, in streetwear and all those things in between. You've got some toys here, Cause collaboration toys that he's done back in the day too, that are awesome. Just an amazing catalog altogether, right? You got some store design stuff that I'm sure some people have probably ripped off in their own store as well, right? I forgot the architecture firm that does most of the Japanese brand stores, but they're really amazing. They're similar to the dude, I forgot his name, the guy that did the New York thing store, Raphael something, right? He did a New York thing store, he did the Rec Center, he did, I think, Supreme, he did a couple of bars and restaurants. Really prolific architect and interior designer who's basically been able to kind of, work hand in hand with brands, bring their brand to vision, right? And again, he blows up Baby Nape. So anyway, he does a Human Made now, one of my favorite brands out there. It's a little bit on the pricey side. Again, I think for most streetwear fans, maybe Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty price tag for most people. I'd say, again, all well made, mostly made in Japan, extremely well put together. The sizing has improved over the seasons. I remember touching a few or trying on a few of the stuff beforehand, and it used to fit like, you know, your conventional old school Japanese brand. Anyone that's tried on the soloist stuff will know what I'm talking about, right? It's extremely short on the body, extremely short on the arms. XLs fit like mediums. You know what I mean, it's not for the big boys. But Human Made is made a bit more boxy. I think because he's got more European accounts, he started to kind of change the cut of some of the stuff, so a lot of it looks better, especially because now you're seeing a lot of it pop up on reselling sites. Before you didn't used to get any of it because of course it didn't fit too well, but now it's fitting a lot better. And Hypebeast just posted up the fall winter 19 collection, and yeah, order has been resumed, didn't it? Just high level shit, man. Again, it just goes to show just how high level some of these Japanese designers are. I've got this here now available on the screen, but I'll link it in the show notes so you can listen via the audio. Again, just supremely well put together. Great head to toe looks. You got here on the left, you got the quintessential kind of, you know, Nigo staple or streetwear staple in the coach jacket with some high water trousers, and these look like George Cox collaboration shoes, I think, for the looks of it. You've got another here with a slide with a yellow hoodie, Human Made on the front with these amazing olive, I'm not sure if they're combat pants or whatever. The trainers also look pretty cool. I think there's Adidas collaboration. I remember seeing Pharrell wearing them, right? The trainers with the little hearts in the front of them. Again, just great stuff all around. You've got this amazing camo hoodie, which is awesome. I didn't see this before. Okay, he's made a little flip on the camo, on the Bape camo that he obviously popularized back in the day. That must be something to, I wonder how you feel as a creative if you created Bape camo and then you had to you essentially got kicked out of your own brand. You can't take any of the intellectual property with you and you got to restart again from scratch. I wonder what that does to the ego, man. Like, Bape camo is essentially like, I don't know, that was the pinnacle of all over print, man. Like, Candy Floss camo is still one of my grails, right? That hoodie is amazing. The original Bape camo, especially the sand yellow colorway in the snowball jacket, is like one of the best pieces I've ever seen in my life. It still goes for big bucks on Yahoo JP. Like, it's insane. But yeah, he's done a good flip of it now. Essentially, it's the Bape head camo with just the Human Made logo, kind of that heart logo put in it, which looks really cool. Again, a great MA1 jacket. Just staple, amazing Japanese streetwear kind of staples in there. You've got the Adidas Campus 80s that he's always been a fan of. Again, popularized by the Beastie Boys. Loads of hip-hop influences there that you can't really go remiss for, really, in that regard. Great little olive jacket here. Those high waters, nice Converse. This camo jacket is one of my favorites as well. Your quintessential camo M65 with the Human Made hearts all over it. Perfect. The jeans as well. The perfect wash, right, for the most part. Whoops, sorry about that. The jeans, again, sorry about that. This is all for the perfect wash. The two nice jeans there. Great trainers. Next slide, what do we have here? And again, a nice what are those jackets called? They're staple in streetwear, right? They're kind of overall kind of work jacket, right? There's Supreme do a few of them as well with a zip. It's usually like a stiff cotton as well. Maybe it's wax sometimes too. Those George Cox shoes look amazing. By the way, there's I do like these kind of Red Wingy type boots more though. I don't think those George Cox shoes will kind of look good with my massive boat feet, but again, who knows? Again, that classic kind of, you know, varsity jacket from Human Made. I think Pharrell probably, I think Nigo is probably up there with one of the best designers or pattern cutters, whatever you want to call it, of putting together a varsity jacket. They fit so well. I had two old school Bape jackets. Again, I regret selling varsity jackets, though. Just fit amazing. How they come up on the waist, the way they fit on the arms, like a bit of a longer arm. They come up a bit on the waist. The pockets are the perfect position for you to put your hands in. Just perfect stuff. The buttons as well. Another pet peeve of mine. Sometimes varsity jackets, I think maybe because of the heaviness of the actual body, the pops don't really hold the jacket together too well, so some of them have to have a zip, which makes it, you know, uncomfortable to wear. But Nigo, again, I've kissed it for Nigo has a good way of making the pops really durable and really kind of sticky, so they kind of clip on really hard. Again, just genius shit. This jacket on the right is just amazing. It reminds me of the old color. I had a shirt similar to this too. It's an old Bathing Ape color block long sleeve shirt. So each panel of the shirt was a different color. I think I had one that was each panel of the shirt was a different camo, which was fucking beautiful. This is sort of like a denim jacket, sort of like chore jacket thing. Every panel is a different sort of color as well. Like, just genius level stuff. Again, great Converses, looking type shoe, which I wish I could wear, but my feet are too wide, unfortunately. Again, great looks here, left and right, and amazing. I love the kind of heart motif he's kind of done as well. The bondage pants you have there. I love the jacket too. It reminds me a little bit of the KVM jacket, sort of like a duffled, a padded coat, down jacket sort of vibe. Nice sweats. The Campus 80s look really nice there too. This human made jumper with with no hoodie on it, with the little collar, is fucking beautiful. The pants as well look great. That suit is nice with the corduroy. Just again, killer collection. Is all white look is all one of my favorites. So I recommend you check it out. A human made fall winter 19. Loads of great pieces in it. This bag as well is stupendous, isn't it? Look at that. I wonder if it's a headquarter collab, maybe not. Yeah, a great collection overall. One of my favorites out there. Again, you can't go wrong. There is there are levels to this streetwear shit, and Nigo is obviously up there with the best of them, if not the best. So definitely check it out. One of my favorite collections so far that I've seen for fall winter 19 from Human Made.